Hey everyone, welcome back to my podcast, Suchitra's Life with me, Suchitra. And I'm back again to talk about yet another book called Slow Productivity: The Lost Art of Accomplishment Without Burnout by Cal Newport. So, slow productivity, it rejects the performative rewards of unwavering urgency. There will always be more work to do. You should give your efforts the breathing room and respect required to make them part of a life well lived, not an obstacle to it. And a key thing about slow productivity is that the grand achievements are built on the steady accumulation of modest results over time. This path is long, so pace yourself, quotes the book. Well, this book, of course, took me through the lives of some famous personalities like Benjamin Franklin and Jane Austen and talked about how they were able to become masters at their craft. It's well, the usual thing is that we know that they hustled a lot or juggled multiple things, but Cal Newport brings this other side of their lives where, a chance encounter with someone who took away their busy work, which led them to go deep into their own projects and give everything to it. So there were some quiet periods in their life which helped them master their craft, which ended up, making them known for their craft. So in this book, Cal Newport suggested three ideas for how one can cultivate slow productivity. The first one is to do fewer things, which is to cut down all the busy work. He says that we end up doing busy work that doesn't contribute anything towards our goals, just so that when we are exhausted from such busy work, we cannot accuse ourselves of laziness. Yep, let me repeat that again. Most of the time, we tend to do busy work that doesn't contribute anything concretely to our goals, and we don't even correct it because, in the guise of being busy and exhausted, we cannot accuse ourselves of being lazy. I think when I read this point, it felt like a slap on my face. Even though I've listed down my goals and everything, sometimes I end up busying myself, and I could see a lot of resistance in myself to doing the work that matters the most to me. I think, though I say, yeah, something is important, I find myself doing something totally different that is just not contributing anything, and it's just not important to me. So I think, yeah, this was like a wake up call for sure. The second thing that Cal talks about is to work at a natural pace. Like, do not rush your most important work. Like, allow it instead to unfold along a sustainable timeline with variations in intensity in settings that are conducive to brilliance. I think I must apply this to my art that I'm trying to do right now. Like, again, I thought I'll do something every day, even if it is like a small doodle, but that's not happening. I just try to do few art kind of things at one go. And sometimes, yeah, maybe I do feel like I'm rushing myself, which is again due to the time constraint because I do have other things that I'm juggling along with my art and many other things. Like, yeah, all these many other things are in my head, but I think, yeah, that's one way I'm busying myself. But I'm trying to be more intentional and mindful about how I am viewing my time. I'm slowly getting there. I'm not perfect, but I'm working towards that. And the last thing that Carl Newport suggests is to obsess over quality, like obsess over the quality of what you produce. Even if this means missing opportunities in the short term, we need to, like he says, that leverage the value of these results to gain more and more freedom in your efforts over the long term. In fact, an obsession over quality rejects the pseudo productivity and it demands slowness, is what he says in the book. He also mentions that apart from understanding our own field, we can study what's great about other domains. And this flexibility will give us more sources of inspiration to move ahead with our own projects or endeavors. Carl Newport ends up suggesting to us that we invest in tools that aid us in doing quality work. So, here is something that I may not totally agree with some of the things he said about obsessing over quality, like doing quality work and becoming obsessed over the quality doesn't necessarily have to be the first step. And by that, what I mean is that it shouldn't stop you from doing things imperfectly, and quality or taste is something that is built over time by doing many mistakes. So this is something that I kind of went into another thought process when I was reading about it. We can't always be hung up on perfectionism, if that's what the author was here trying to tell us. And also, we can't always do the same type of mediocre work without leveling up or going the extra mile. So, what I felt was there's supposed to be a balance between doing a lot of work and experiencing mistakes before a sense of taste kicks in and quality takes over. So, any book you read, you got to take things that work for you and uh, implement them in your life in whichever capacity you can. I think that's what I kind of feel, that whatever we read may not be applicable to us when it comes to non-fiction. When it comes to fiction, it's just again an imaginary world. You enjoy the little things that are happening in that world, you and then you switch back to reality. But when people write non-fiction, they do have their own ideology, and there is a bit of confirmation bias happening as well. So to prove a point, they can pick up any article that confirms their thought processes. So yeah, whenever you read a book, I mean, I I totally loved cal Cal Newport's So Good They Can't Ignore Your book, Deep Work and Digital Minimalism. But the advice, like the practical advice in this book, wasn't that cohesive. So yeah, I mean, whatever you read, make sure you're like trying to see what part of it actually is applicable to your life and then proceed from there. I hope you guys liked this short talk about this book. Until next time, take care.